Hello everyone, the Snowman here, and today I've got part one of a video series where I will look back at all the past FIFA World Cups. I love the history, the rich tradition of the biggest event in world sports. So I'm going to be looking at things like the biggest winners, the host nations, how the group stage panned out, of course how the knockout stage panned out as well. I'll take a look at the awards, things like Golden Boot, Golden Ball, who were the breakout stars. Basically, I'm going to try to capture, in 5 to 10 minutes, what was important to each World Cup. So today, here was my snapshot of the 2018 FIFA World Cup. And the host nation in 2018 was Russia, their first time hosting. They did a great job, in my opinion. 98% of matches were sold out across a total of 12 different stadiums, including the Luzhniki Stadium in Moscow, where the final was held. The group stage, these are how the 8 groups panned out. In Group A, the hosts got off to a roaring start, defeating Saudi Arabia 5-0. Russians were perfect until match day 3, where they fell to the group winners from Uruguay. Then Spain and Portugal were level on points in Group B. Who could forget the entertaining 3-3 match between those two neighboring nations on day 2? None other than Cristiano Ronaldo with a hat trick and one of the sweetest struck free kicks you will ever see to tie the game in the 88th minute. They both go through from Group B. France won a relatively straightforward Group C with Denmark as the runners-up. Things got complicated in Group D for Messi and Argentina after getting trounced by the Croatians. They needed a win against Nigeria on the final match day as well as some help. However, the South Americans were able to squeak through. Group E went chalk as Brazil and Switzerland were 1 and 2 respectively, despite the Brazilians needing some late stoppage time heroics from Philippe Coutinho versus Costa Rica. Group F was probably the most fun for the neutrals, the defending World Cup champions Germany bowing out after an improbable 95th minute bending free kick winner from Toni Kroos, only to be knocked out 4 days later by South Korea. Sweden, the Group F victors. The Bullies reigned supreme in Group G then. Harry Kane and Romelu Lukaku scored at will to help England and Belgium secure their places in the knockout rounds. And a somewhat controversial tiebreaker was implemented in Group H. You can see Japan and Senegal tied in points, tied in head-to-head, goal differential, and goals scored. So the fair play tiebreaker was activated. Japan advanced over Senegal due to having less yellow cards. As we pull up the knockout stage now for the 2018 FIFA World Cup, round of 16 was about as high drama, high theater as you can get. Just one match with greater than a 1-goal difference. And if I had to single out one match as the best game of the tournament, I think I would pick Russia versus Spain. Because of the reputation of Spain, they still had world-class guys like Iniesta, Piqué, Ramos, and Russia started off with an own goal early. It looked bleak, but there's something about being the host nation at a World Cup. Only one host has ever not gotten out of the group stage. That was South Africa back in 2010. The crowd that day in Moscow was electric. Russia tied it up late in the first half. And I'm a huge sucker for penalties. Separates the kids from the grown-ups. And Russia won 4-3 in PKs. Always nice to see the hosts excel, no matter who they are. Was great for the overall event. Other matches to single out then. France came back to win 4-3 against Argentina. Fullback Benjamin Pavard scoring the goal of the tournament. A volley rocket from outside the box that tucked perfectly into the far side netting. Denmark and Croatia both scored within 5 minutes of their contest. Some spectacular saves from Kasper Schmeichel kept the Danes in it right until the last penalty was taken. How about the Belgians down 2-0 to Japan with 20-plus minutes left? Then they launched an inspiring onslaught to save their tournament, scoring very late in that game. And it was another goal in stoppage time, this time an equalizer for Colombia against England. Jerry Mina, although the Colombians' luck did run out in one of the 4 penalty shootouts from this World Cup, equaling the record for a single tournament, so plenty of penalty drama. And then in the quarters, we had more penalty fun thanks to Russia leveling the score against Croatia in the 115th, yes, the 115th minute. Barca midfielder Ivan Rakitic with the game-winning penalty, though, in that clash. Belgium held off Brazil in a showdown of giants. And then in the Final Four, I really thought Croatia's time was up. They were staring a third straight penalty shootout in the face against the English. Tired legs. They had expended so much energy on their remarkable run, and that's when Mario Mandzukic crept behind enemy lines and slotted home a winner. France handled the bronze medalist Belgium in the other semifinal. So the final was a rematch of the 1998 semi, France versus Croatia, and it proved to be the highest scoring final since 1966, with France winning 4-2. Kylian Mbappe becoming a household name. Griezmann hit him with the hotline bling, and Pogba and Kanté controlled the middle of the pitch. Although Croatia impressed en route to their best ever finish at a World Cup, it was Les Bleus collecting their second title. The individual hardware then, Golden Boot, the tournament's leading scorer, went to Harry Kane. He had 6 goals. Golden Ball, the award given to the best player of the tournament, Luka Modric, for his incredible midfield playmaking. Best young player, the aforementioned French rising star Kylian Mbappe. And the best goalkeeper from this event was Thibaut Courtois from Belgium. So what will I remember most when looking back at this World Cup? I think first and foremost, I'm going to remember the Russians and how they made their home nation, their fans proud of the way they played. I'm going to remember Mbappe just running by everyone, beating everyone for pace. I'll remember Toni Kroos's goal, Pavard's goal, Cristiano's hat trick against Spain. I'm also going to remember all the record-setting penalties, 29 penalties given out at this World Cup. That's a record. Also a record, 22 of those 29 converted and 7 of them missed. All 3 records, some of that due to the controversial VAR, which I'll certainly remember VAR from this event as well. It was really the introduction of VAR on the world stage. And finally, I think I'll remember that obviously France were the winners of this World Cup, and I think France deserved it. On paper, the best team. No real weaknesses, with Hugo Lloris, the captain, in net. A strong defensive backline with Raphael Varane. The midfield just locking things down with Pogba and Kanté, and the playmakers up front, Griezmann and Mbappe. They were the best team, so congrats to France. And this was my look back, my rewind at the 2018 FIFA World Cup. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out my other World Cup rewinds as well. And I'll be back soon with more soccer content. Thanks a lot. Cheers.